joining us now, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff Karl Rove and Fox News contributor Liz Peek. Great to see you both. Thanks for joining us.
You bet.
Nice to be here, Liz.
It's good to see you both. Karl, the University of Pennsylvania Wharton Business School reports that this Democrat tax and spend bill, it's not going to cut inflation, it's going to make it worse, and it will not grow U.S. GDP. What do you say to this?
Well, look, it says it will slightly increase inflation between now and 2024, and after 2024 decrease inflation, but it would be the effect of this is statistically indistinguishable from zero, end quote. So all these claims that it's about budget, about inflation reduction, baloney. That's not the case. Doesn't increase economic growth, but 0% increase additional economic growth by 2031, according to the Penn model. 0.2% in the 20 years after that. So it doesn't really add to economic growth. And look, when it comes to the deficit itself, I was interested. The Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, which has sort of semi-endorsed it, says that the net deficit reduction is $305 billion. But in a footnote, it says, if the deficit reduction with permanent ACA subsidy extension, remember, they take the ACA subsidies and extend them only for one more year in this bill. Who thinks the Democrats aren't going to extend them for all 10 years? If they're extended for all 10 years, this bill adds $155 billion to the deficit, even with all the tax increases in it.
Well, I love you with the microscope out there with the magnifying glass, Karl, cutting into the footnotes. They're like pharmaceutical font type. You can't even read it. You know, Liz, here's the thing to what Karl is saying. Liz, isn't it ironic that Biden and his team, they spent years and years prating on that the 2020 downturn was the worst since the Great Depression, that they claimed necessitated Biden's $2 trillion America Rescue Plan, which they then deny would turbocharge inflation and produce a recession. Now they want everyone to believe that won't happen again. Biden wants everyone to think it's morning in America.
Well, I think it's hilarious that they're actually tying deficit reduction to lowering inflation. To your point, Liz, they would have argued 2 years ago there was no connection between inflation and blowing out the budget, which they did in the American Rescue Plan. Look, this is all smoke and mirrors. Karl has actually talked about a lot of the things, but another thing they're doing to make these numbers work is counting the elimination of a Trump program that was going to cost $122 billion that no one expected to go into effect. Basically, they're counting that that won't happen because it never was going to happen. So there's another $122 billion that makes this program work and makes the numbers work, but it isn't real. It's all a fraud. It doesn't counter inflation. It doesn't reduce our deficits. And by the way, the National Association of Manufacturers says it's going to cost hundreds of thousands of jobs. Right. This is pretty stunning,
and
actually.
how is it helping the small business guy if you're going to, sick the IRS on them? Or you know what I mean? Or help the taxpayer if you're going to put more IRS agents on them. So the other thing, too, is Democrats in the White House, to Liz's point, they've also been denying the fact that the past 10 times the U.S. economy has 2 straight quarters of negative growth, each and every time a recession was declared. Let's watch again how Democrats agree to that. Watch.
And so while they may have saved the second quarter from a technical definition of recession, the fact is we are now into the third quarter, and we need to have another stimulus package.
Well, a recession is 2 quarters in a row of negative growth. I don't think we're going to have that.
Well, the definition is really crossing zero, but I take your point.
All right, so Karl, what changed? This is gaslighting denialism. This is misleading messaging. This is why Biden is heading to the lowest approval rating of any president. He's heading into the 20s. America's not falling for this, Karl.
Yeah, in fact, his approval rating in Gallup of all the post-World War II presidents from Dwight Eisenhower forward, in the 6th quarter of their service in office, which is what he has just finished, he has the lowest ratings of any of them. Lower than Trump, lower than Carter. This is and that's because people are feeling the effect of the Biden economy every time they go to the grocery store, every time they look at their stack of bills and compare it to their paycheck, and every time they go fill up the car with gas. So, I love it how they've just, they ought to lean into it. Frankly, they ought to lean in and say, look, we understand the country's in a tough situation, but we've got a plan to get us out. Instead of saying, no, don't feel what you're feeling is not real because we really aren't in a recession. We may not be in a recession. We may be in worse. Stagflation. We may see economic growth slow, inflation rise, the deficit rise, and the countries suffer badly because they can't get their act together.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just, and to Karl's point, Liz, it's the messaging, right? The messaging is just so irritating and annoying. Let's watch the White House. Let's watch people like Paul Krugman try to say a downturn means is a good thing, that a recession is a good thing. Watch this.
All signs are that this is a strong economy, and the probability of a recession within the next year is not particularly elevated.
It's a strong economy, and nothing about it suggests that it's close to or vulnerable to a recession.
This is not an economy that's in recession.
You do not see the job growth, the strong labor market that we're seeing currently in a recession.
How worried should Americans be that we could be in a recession?
We're not going to be in a recession.
Can we dispense with the recession debate real quick? Are we in a recession, and does the term matter?
No, we aren't, and no, it doesn't.
Can we dispense with both Paul Krugman and Brian Stelter? I mean, Paul Krugman just admitted he was wrong about inflation. We've got 32,000 layoffs right now in the tech sector. The tech sector is seeing layoffs. We're talking Tesla, Netflix, possibly Google. Google emails are flying around that they're warning about layoffs. So where does Brian Stelter, who makes what, bazillion dollars, he's in his ivory tower, he's not feeling recession, everybody else is. Who did I say that to, Karl? Liz, go ahead, Liz.
But honestly, Brian Deese is the one that was really sort of, I can't get over. There's no sign of a recession when we've had down GDP. As to the employment front, Liz, I think Jay Powell is behind the curve again. Just as he was on inflation, I think he's not paying attention to the employment numbers. You mentioned tech. Let's also talk about autos where there have been layoffs. Let's also talk about retail. Every retail store is warning that they're going to be cutting costs. How do you do that in retail? You cut employment. I think we're at a tipping point, and going forward, we're going to see this jobs market begin to soften.
I mean, we've been through riots or peaceful protests. Antifa is just an idea. Afghanistan a success. Shutting everything down. I know, shutting everything down to flatten the curve. You know what I mean? And now inflation is transitory. Liz, Karl, we'll come back to you the next time. But Liz, I mean, this is just off the chain. It's off the hook. Well, it's ridiculous.
I think that's where the polling comes from. People don't believe the administration. I think that started in Afghanistan, and it was compounded by claims that Build Back Better, spending another $3 trillion, would douse inflation. Wasn't going to happen.
Got it. Karl Rove, we'll come back to you again. Liz Peek, join us again, both of you, next time. It's terrific. Thank you so much for joining us.